Hey everybody, welcome to the Thursday, December 15th edition of Art du Jour. As you guys remember, we put this little envelope book together on Wednesday, and then Wednesday night I told you I was going to go downstairs and kind of work in it, and that's what I did. And then I kept it kind of in my office all day Thursday and just doodled and drew and just did some fun things in it. Right now I'm going to show you how to bind this book, and I'm using some handmade beads that I rolled from the desk paper that I used for the cover of this little book. So I wanted to show you how to do this. I don't know if it'll take 15 minutes, but I've had a lot of questions about binding things. This turned out to be, after I started doing the embellishments and adding things to it, this turned out to be a pretty thick little book. And to hold my places, I put in some not popsicle sticks, some toothpicks, just to hold everything together so I won't have to be, fuddling around with my binding stuff here. I've got some baker's twine, and I'm using a tapestry needle to bind today. So let's get started. It's pretty easy, and once you get the hang of it, I learned to do this by watching Jennibellie, and I think once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it, right? Once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it, and it's pretty easy. We started by punching 3 holes in our little book. We punch a hole in the middle. Usually I measure down, 2 inches or so, 2 inches from the top, 2 inches from the bottom, and then punch holes there. So you've got 3 holes. Now you can do this with 5, you can do it with more, but I like the 3-hole method myself. It seems to bind just fine, and it keeps everything together, and it's not too much of a fuss to deal with. I threaded my tapestry needle with the baker's twine that somebody gave me. I don't remember who gave me that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to lace on some of our handmade beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll do that on the top signature here. Now see, that's too many beads, y'all. Can you see that? So I need to take one off. And then I'm going to have to restring my tapestry needle. And I can do that. I hope pretty easy. Always tricky. I like using a tapestry needle because it's dull, and to me that kind of helps you from sticking holes in places where you don't want holes. Alright, so there we are. It still might be too many. I'm going to take one more off, y'all. See what you're going for here? You're going for just to have enough beads to fill up that area in the spine right there. And if you want really good tutorials about binding, go to Jennibellie, jennibelliestudio.blogspot.com. She has excellent binding tutorials where she really goes into the finer art of this. Alright, so I'm looking for the middle of my book, and I found it. And this is where I had my toothpick just holding the pages in for me. So I go in where my toothpick was. I'll pull through. See how nice that looks? Okay, I'm going to flip my book over. Now this is going to be bound on the inside. We're going to tie on the inside. If you're going to tie on the outside, you have to start on the outside. Okay, so we've got that done. Here is my toothpick. Take that out, put my needle in, pull through. I'm ready to put my beads on. Uh-oh, I tore the paper just a little bit. Have to be kind of careful. That does happen, so don't let it upset you. Remember, this is something for you. And even if you tear it, just put a piece of tape over it. Don't be upset by something like that. It's no big deal. Okay. I'm thinking I can put one more on here. I think that'll be okay. We'll see. Alright, now we're going back through our original hole that we started out with. It's a teeny bit tricky. I like to kind of open my book, bind my way, and sometimes you do have to kind of flip through your book and lace your, there we go. See, we're starting to lace our binding material back through our book. And that does, it takes a little bit of lifting your signatures to find the hole. Takes a little bit of time. Especially if it's something chunky like this. Chunky is fun though. Right. This. And we are almost there. Okay, now we're to the middle of our book. We're going to bring our thread up. And now we get to tie. And if you're tying in the middle, if you're tying on the inside of your book, you start on the inside. If you're tying on the outside, you start on the outside. I'm going to flip this over real quick. Make sure we got our beads in there. Yeah, see, I probably shouldn't have used that one, but, you know, kind of funky and quirky anyway. Goes along with the crazy, insane theme of our envelope junk journal. Okay, and I'm going to tie this a couple times, give it a clip, and there we go, y'all. Our little book is all bound, and it turned out pretty cool to be all junky stuff that either came out of the mail or was left over from other projects. You know, the only thing that I did, you guys, was I did cut up that Boomer magazine and use some words from that Boomer magazine. And I also drug out this piece of scrapbook paper when I was working on my junk mail gift tags. So I had that on my desk too. This is from the iced tea that I make every single day. Lots and lots of iced tea here. And this is what the rest of the book looks like. I love sewing on either bags or cardboard or the paper grocery bags you get from the store. I just love sewing on those things. So I did a little sewing right there. And I did do some color with some Recollections pens. These are so old, but my son gave them to me, so I have a very special affection for those pens. So I did some coloring with the pens. I added some this and that with the, I made the, you know, a few tags. That one was on a roll of TP, you know, that cardboard roll in there. I guess those things are becoming a thing of the past now. And this was a tag from a scarf that I bought for Christmas presents. So those turned out pretty good. I did like adding the words. I felt like when I was playing with this that it wasn't speaking, and I wanted it to speak, so I added words. And, you know, some photographs that I really liked. So it's just a junk journal, y'all. It's something for you. And I am going to keep this on my desk to play with for the busy month of December, just because it's a cool place to sketch or draw or write, or I can put quotes in it. It's just a fun thing to tackle. And I hope that you will try this. It was a lot of fun, and you know, you'll never probably think about an envelope that you're emptying out the same way ever again. You'll want to make something with it. And, you know, just imagine making things with what you find that day. I think that it's kind of fun to tackle that sort of thing. So, I hope that you enjoyed our junk mail envelope book. And I hope that you'll try this yourself. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another Art du Jour. I appreciate you watching. I hope you're having fun. Talk to you soon. Bye.